Federal Executive Council, FEC, has approved that the Federal Roads and Bridges tolling policy and regulations aimed at reintroducing toll gates on Nigerian roads. This was made known when the expressway between that's Abuja
Keffi
Akwanga and Makurdi was is a test run for all of this. And when you look at what that means, I mean, for the maintenance of the roads, they are looking at raising enough money that will help keep the road in that condition for as long as the road does exist. But if you recall, it was former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who abolished the issue of tolling on our roads when he asked that all existing toll gates on federal roads be dismantled and they were taken away. But now we have those toll gates coming back.
Well, I always wondered what the criteria was by President Olusegun Obasanjo for dismantling those toll gates.
About me, it was clear.
At a point, there was some form of corruption. You know, it was
serious
said that
corruption.
There was no much remittance that was coming from there.
I mean, if they give like 100 tickets a day, they realized 60 was going into the wrong pockets.
Yeah, but would it not have been simpler to have just rounded up whoever was responsible and such a person punished?
You know, I think at that point also we did not have much technology. Yes, there was technology available at that time, but
Grace, you see, stop the way.
Wait,
okay,
I am saying that right now,
you know that somebody is stealing. So take him to police station, take him to court, and
think it's about somebody.
It's how you always say that so thing happened, and at the end of the day, it comes to evidence, or it comes to the nitty-gritty of all of it, and there's nobody or there's no person to actually point fingers at. How do you then say that that was done?
That means that there is collective corruption.
Yeah, so there has to be that collective put in place.
But the same Obasanjo who put up ICC, he created ICPC, he created EFCC. So they are so incompetent that they cannot.
So they had so much to deal with. Not
you know, our democracy was just picking up at that time. So maybe there were more and other pressing issues, and you will not also take away the fact that it might have been security threats at that time, or it might just not have worked out. It might just not be in the plan that, okay, this is a necessity for us to sit down and tackle.
Because you know, but if you look at the things that tolling will bring to our roads now, I mean, they are just there for you to pick. The roads become very busy because nearby communities, I mean, communities that are so close to where those toll gates are situated, life will come there. There will be plenty of buying and selling there.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of commercial activities, commerce will be going on there. And it also, to some extent, keep our roads safe because there's a likelihood that you have patrol from one point to another. So meaning you could have for the Abuja Keffi Akwanga, we have like 4 different toll gates there. Okay. So it means we will have security at those 4 different toll points, and they could shuttle between one toll point to the other.
Now, as it is now, the only roads until yesterday, that is, the only roads that had tolls are the one in Lekki Tollgate. Yeah. To me, I've never been there. Has any of you been there before?
No.
The Lekki one.
I've passed there.
How do they do their own? Is it you buy tickets, collect, drive past? I mean, how do they do it?
It's like already.
Why I'm saying this is that how did those Tinubu people in Lagos do their own that they were not stealing the money?
So I don't even think that place is managed by the government. I'm not totally.
No, it's not.
It is a concession. It is a contractor. It is a
and
contractor
I know that
manages
I think
it.
there's a camera, there's a ticketing way that it's done. It's not done manually. It's done automatically. Like your receipt is being generated, and then as you get there, you drop the money, and then your receipt is given to you. Now they have like up to how many gates now?
Okay.
They have several gates, several gates.
At least we've seen pictures, yes.
Yes, and several.
Each lane has about maybe 6 or 7 gates.
Yes, and
lane.
different prices, different price range for different categories
of
vehicles.
Okay.
That's how it works. So I know that right now, if that would happen, there'll be use of technology that you don't necessarily have to wait. Okay, we're looking for change. You could pay through your cards, or you could just maybe have coins that you already have. Say for instance, for transporters, you could have, or maybe from your base, maybe there could be some form of coins that would have been given to you. Or if you're a regular traveler, you know how you get tickets. You know how you get tickets for. So you could even buy online. There are a lot of things that could happen right now.
That idea was mooted. You buy online, and you buy as much as a booklet. Yeah.
Yes. And you're able to.
But you know what? I just remember. This is Africa. Traveling from Pretoria to Johannesburg. I was in a vehicle of a friend, and in the night we were coming back, and he said, "Do you realize we are paying toll as we're moving through this road?" I said, "What do you mean?" Then when we now got to a particular point, it was more like an overhead pedestrian. You want to think, it's a pedestrian crossing. But the moment any car goes under it, the car is being captured, and you are not paying instantly. At the end of the month, your bill is brought to you, and you are paying to show you the date, the time.
That one no go work.
You know how last week Abayomi was saying that maybe out of 10 people, maybe only 2. Okay, it was 2 you said last week now. 2 out of 10 have their particulars complete. When you have your particulars, that's one. Is it 1?
No, it's 2.
It's 2, he said.
I didn't know that's where you are going.
So, because for that to happen, it means that your vehicle has been registered under your name, your particulars are up to date, you have a billing address. But how many of us do we have address? It's very, very, it's simple. But I know I was in the bank like a few days ago, and I was trying to get them my NEPA bill. So while I was trying to get them, they're like, okay, just give us a description. So I'm sure that there are some people that might not have number, street, or address to them, and then they probably just have to ask them, okay, give us the description. You know how there's always Ile Kinikon.
Go far, look at me here.
So for some people who do not have a billing address, how does that work? So maybe we'll get there someday. But
the toll gate system, my fear is, how do we ensure? I know that's what we're talking about, but you see, there's this issue in digital world of garbage in, garbage out.
It's what you feed into the system.
What you feed into the system. Now, then this issue of tracking an address. I wonder how many addresses in vehicle particulars are traceable. It's not that people want to be bad, though, but say you are living at, where they say you live at of a garage. Very few people can give you an address. They will simply tell you where you reach off at the garage, drop at Iyanaki-Lanko, cross the road, enter Keke. Where you reach Masalasi Alhaji Saliu, is the only Masalasi with the minaret. You drop, ask for Yakudi. Or just be going. They will.
Somebody will meet you.
Just be going.
No, just be going. You will now see one primary school. By the left of that primary school, you will see one big Iyoda. Just wait there. Other is a tree.
Okay.
So you now wait there. When you are there, now that we have GSM technology, just say you are there. Or you see, when you reach Osin, you tell the person that you are going to transformer. If you say you don't know transformer, tell him you are going to Aremu. when you reach Aremu, ask for Baba Yabo house, wait there, I will come and carry you there. Yeah. That is our typical scenario.
Yes.
Apart from the GRA,
where you have streets and numbers.
Where you have streets and numbers.
And close.
Well, whatever name, at least you have
road, street, close,
accessibility, you know. Otherwise, in most of the rest of our towns and cities in Nigeria, it's a matter of, do you know the road? You know?
So with that challenge already, I know that we have voters card, we have national identity card, so there's some form of address that has been put to all of that. But I think they will just start on pay as you go. Just pay as you go. You know, it's just seamless. If maybe they will start to have these cards that you could just flash, and then it just, yes, maybe that would just be another development that
or they simply put, they have some kind of stationary POS.
Yes, definitely.
Cash should not just be,
but I believe that it should be seamless.
They shouldn't allow cash to enter the thing.
Yes, I believe that it should be seamless. It's important that it has to be seamless, because if you're traveling along that stretch, you know, there's internet is not going to be a problem. They won't use the internet that you and I use now. There's concrete internet for such operations. There's even internet in the bush. Is it that kind of, there's internet in the air.
I hear you.
So don't worry.
We had elections. The RF portal couldn't.
No, that one.
They didn't have,
that one. They're not
they
ready.
didn't have that kind.
They were not ready. They were not ready. That place. But this one, it's going to strictly be a business one. But another concern for me is, apart from it, there has to be speedy. There has to be transparency. I know that a lot of Nigerians, what we would like to see is that you're asking us to pay tolls on this place because you need to maintain them. Now, whatever loan it is that might have been taken to build the toll gate or the road, yes, we understand that. So let's not begin to hear that, oh, we're still repaying. That's why we cannot fix the road. Because you're telling us that you're going to be maintaining those roads. So let it not be that, okay, we're still repaying some loans and we're not going to fix the road until we're done.
It will even take time before any serious maintenance
would come up.
They can recoup. In the process of recouping, they also should be able to set aside
something. So please, it should be seamless. The other thing again that is a concern is double taxation. Yes, I understand that there's a tax reform system that is ongoing. I understand that our president understands taxation very well, but it's also important that we do not have to. I really do not want to believe that we applying the road so every time you apply that road you have to pay. If I'm applying 2 or 3 times,
okay, maybe I should give you this.
All right.
For every cars, you pay 200 naira at each toll point.
All categories of cars?
No. Cars.
Okay.
Cars.
Okay.
Then SUVs and Jeep will pay 300 naira.
Okay.
So you know the cars I'm referring to now, the motor car that Bible always talk about. Then SUVs and Jeeps will pay 300 naira. While private buses will also pay 300 naira. Commercial buses will pay 50%. That's 150 naira. Luxury buses and trucks will pay 500 naira.
Well, it's already a thought out in the process.
I mean, those fleet operators are not expected to, because of these, begin to increase their transport fare.
Let's hope so. Because yes, it might look like it's insignificant, but if they have to 1, 2, 3, and let's not forget that
14-seater, you are paying how much?
You are paying 150.
You are paying 450 naira. They're about 600 naira. So you want to split that 600 naira.
You want to put it on the consumer.
On the 14.
Well,
people.
For businessmen, they might.
It's
but
not
for
that
now,
they might, they will.
But for now, I know that if it's within the less than the 500, they might. But once it goes higher than that, let's not forget that I believe that there'll be a testing period.
The government too will consider it. That's why they said they should pay 50% of what others are paying.
Well, I've not seen that Akwanga road for quite some time. But I strongly believe that this administration, they know a lot about taxation. And this is a measure that is simply confirming the narrative that Tinubu is going to be a taxation champion. Now, while I'm not saying that he should not apply his professional knowledge of accounting and taxation in governance, he should also look towards the production side of the economy. This is a nice initiative. Let us now hope and pray that they will be able to ensure transparency, like what you said, and efficiency, so that their collection platforms do not break down for either plain electric power or service or network, you know.
Have you gone to the bank and there's no network, you cannot deposit money? It's when you want to collect now.
You are seeing College of Akwanga on your screen. That's there to tell you that students of that institution will probably have a smooth ride to their going to their school.
Going to their school.
This time around.
I hope so. Then that road has some areas which regular users call Kwana Mutwa, Haye Mutwa. I'm sure we all know that the Jos Plateau.
Is that where we have Kwana Mutwa?
That's around the Jos Road.
The regular Kwana Mutwa is now eliminated. It's on the Benengwari Road. Over the years, it has been filled to level, and the rough edges have been.
Another road have been opened. Another road have been opened. That one has been abandoned, where we had the Kwana Mutwa. They've been able to break through the rock.
The rock, yes.
Now, so Kwana Mutwa is old road that is abandoned. That is a straighter route now.
Okay. Now, but that, because from Akwanga is where you move to Jos, and if you are going to Makurdi, you continue to Makurdi. Around that area, I'm sure we know that that is the beginning of the Jos Plateau. So there are a number of rock formations around there that are a little bit fearful. You know, that if you look too much to your left or your right, you may feel uncomfortable.
Yes, and there are always all those signs, you know, drive carefully, you know, a lot of the signs like almost everywhere as she navigates the road.
For practically every kilometer. And I also want to commend the road safety people that have been working there, because working there is a yeoman's job. Because you see, if you see that road from a
Google
map or a drone shot, you will say, what? This is where you have been driving. You see, because the road is so small in relation to the valley that is by the side.
Yes.
So I strongly believe that by the time the federal government came up with this, a lot of those physical challenges on that road would have been taken care of. And they also must have done a lot of hard thinking, because if you think of it, the Kaduna-Abuja road is there. But because I think the federal government knows Kaduna-Abuja road is a mess, the physical condition of the road is horrible. They have just revoked the contract of Julius Berger for the maintenance of that road. So they've given it to another person. And although I've been privileged to meet him only once, when he came to Ilorin to tell us about the Badagry-Sokoto road, this David Umahi guy appears to be very serious about running Nigeria's roads. He even impresses me more than Fashola that was there for 8 years, because to me, the guy appears to have a clear agenda where he wants Nigerian roads to be. And he has displayed very rare courage. Because Julius Berger...
You can't take it away from Fashola. Because whatever Dave Umaya is implementing now didn't just happen now.
Oh, no.
From the feasibility studies to the surveys to the planning, the drawing, all of those happened during the twilight of...
No, there's no doubt. As far back as August 2021, the decision to reintroduce tolls had been taken by the Federal Executive Council. Buhari, in a layman's language, only, you know, whether it is on subsidy, whether it is on some NAFDAC rules.
Lack of political will.
Well, yes. I mean, it's as if he just wanted to push it to the end and allow all the difficult decisions to go to his successor, whoever that successor will be. You know, because so many like this Lagos Calabar, Badagry, Sokoto, they are roads that had been on Nigeria's planning book since Yakubu Gowon. So I just hope and pray that government will be able to stay the course, and they will be able to provide some form of economic succor for the whole country.